We're live. Hi. Whoa. There we go. We're back after a week hiatus. Had some things going on, but we're here. We're back. Just waiting on everyone. Haven't seen Andy in 2 whole weeks. It's very upsetting. Very upsetting. Running errands. Wonder where Andy is. Late. Per usual. This never works. What up, John? Hi, pal. How we doing?
Hi, Chris.
Oh,
Spring break.
break. Do you guys, do you give the kids off during spring break or no?
We played Friday and Saturday. They got Sunday off, which is usual,
Okay.
and then they got today off, and then we're practicing tomorrow afternoon light, like just kind of get moving deal. We'll have a regular practice on Wednesday, and then a pretty regular deal on Thursday. But Thursday before the weekends, because we play 3 games in 2 days.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. So
That's
we're
good.
kind of giving them a little bit of a down week.
Oh, nice.
We're taking them to a spring training
Yanks?
game on Thursday. So
Oh, okay.
Tigers.
Right.
I think it's Tigers.
Yeah, that's true.
See
Do you guys have a lot of kids that would leave, or would they? You have a lot of local kids. No. Yeah.
I mean, nobody really
What
could
up?
leave. You know what I mean? What's up, Sandy? I mean, like, because they didn't really know that they had Sunday
okay.
and
So
Monday
you guys
off
kind of
after the game on
you
Saturday.
guys threw them a bone.
I'm assuming that they probably, went and did their, went and did the beach
Well, I mean, yeah,
thing. That's what I would have done.
Might
But,
as well.
yeah, no kidding. But no, I don't think anybody was
That's
going
true.
home. I mean, I don't think they were expecting that either. I mean, this is the first week we haven't had a midweek game too. So they're, but they just found out today they're gonna get to go to the Tigers game,
that's
which
awesome.
would be pretty cool.
That's good for them.
We've never done that before.
That's cool.
And it's conference, so figure out a way to
Let's
play
get
well this weekend. We'll be in good
ring,
shape.
my friend.
Yeah, we'll see. We got a little ways to go with. I mean, we're
Competition,
capable.
right?
It's just,
It's a tough league. You guys play in a tough league.
Yeah, I mean, you know the drill, man. I mean, we're I don't think we're the most talented team in our league, but we're capable of beating everybody, and it's just kind of our guys got to believe that and do their thing, and it's, But this is we've gone 1-2 the first 2 weekends, and we very easily should have swept one weekend and should have won the series the other weekend, and then we won 2 this weekend.
You're a couple plays from being 8-2, 6-2.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're 2 innings. We're 3 innings away from being
nice.
6-1 or 7 or 6-2 or 7-1. So, I think we're playing the best team.
That's a good tell. That's
Friday,
a good tell to
so
see,
we'll
what you guys are doing.
Yeah. Yep. So we'll see.
Go get him, coach.
Yeah.
No, unfortunately,
I can't pitch it though. So.
What else you can do?
Just talk shit. That's it.
We're good.
What's up with you? How's the bicep?
We're good. We're I'm figuring probably another month he'll clear me to start, like, I could probably bench now. They only cleared me for band work, upper body wise. So I'm gonna take it a little bit easy. I want to make sure this thing heals the way it should. But I'm figuring probably another month, beginning of April,
I'll be able to start pulling again. And when I start pulling, I'll start benching. At least light. But I'll start probably adding some upper body volume tomorrow, actually. Do a little bit more band work.
Okay.
And then maybe some like some cables. I don't know. And then so last week was just bands. Maybe this week bands and cables. Next week probably cables and maybe some light dumbbells. And then maybe the fourth week, just a full dumbbell workout. See how I feel. It doesn't feel like what? 260.
How's your body weight?
Holding strong.
Must be nice.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
I
haven't gained or really lost anything. Everything's kind of stayed pretty copacetic since the whole thing went on. So luckily I'm not down 20 pounds on top of everything too. So
yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've been doing 3 lower days stuff, so that's gonna help. Since February, call it. So for maybe 5 weeks, I've been doing 3 lower days. I've been squatting decently heavy. What did I work up to yesterday? Like 5 plates and like 200 and change on the safety bar.
In briefs or
briefs that are big on you. Yeah, I'm in like 42 preds. Yeah. So
that's actually those are big on me.
It's giving me something, but not real. Exactly.
Yeah, just
exactly. I'm not going to squat heavy raw. I'm just not going to do it.
Yeah.
Like I don't see a need. I'll squat raw, but it's not going to be super heavy.
I've just been trying to I've been doing my stuff a little different. One thing that helped me a ton with my psoas was like prioritizing like that raw groove with my feet a little more narrow, but
there's
just
no need to go crazy
with it.
But
when you get out super wide,
what up, Drew?
And what's up, Drew? When you get out super wide raw and you don't have any support,
if you're used to being that wide with support, which if you take that support away, something's got to change, right? Like I can never. I still don't. If I'm raw when I'm raw, I'm at least 2 or 3 inches closer on each side, at least bare minimum.
Yeah. Well, I was squatting raw with my feet in the exact same spot, and that was probably too wide for me in gear, so it's especially too wide for me raw. So I'm like a foot, the outside of my foot is where the inside of my foot is.
Like a whole foot in.
Like basically just like shoulder width.
Yeah.
Yeah, like not like 12 inches, but like a
makes sense.
Foot.
Whatever that is. Good.
So we'll see what happens. Squats felt good this weekend. I mean, I sent you when I sent to you and Leah. I said it was it's Waffle House Day.
It's definitely coffee.
It's Waffle House coffee.
It's 100% coffee.
Yeah, I might have something else after this, but
yeah.
I'm what was I gonna say? But the PR before was with it was 5 chains, not 6.
An added chain.
It was an added chain.
That's good.
I mean, 100 pounds.
Top, like we said, pickle looked good.
Yeah. For once, that bow bar, man, it just throws me, dude. It's weird. Like I think it's just that bar is not used to that much weight, and I also think
you guys did a little.
At times.
Some people have said that you got to sit the bow bar higher. I actually think you got to sit it lower.
Yeah. Well, see, that's kind of my deal. I got it lower, but for me, the lower I carry the bar, the harder it is for me to hit depth. So I think I might have got
a little bit too caved.
Yeah, I don't know, whatever. But at the end of the day, man, at the end of the day, it's training. I got a side video, and I'm probably not getting passed in a bunch of in every federation, but it's pretty close. I mean, if we're waiting on the tap,
okay.
I was within an inch. You know what I mean? And I could have stuck.
But here's the other thing too, and this was always a big thing when I was training with Mike and those guys up at Hellbent. when we were going like those crazy AR days where we go, 400, 500 pounds of AR, that's it's weight on the top, but that's not right. You know what I mean? So
the contrast, yeah. Because at the bottom,
right. That's what I'm saying. So like,
opener.
if my opener is,
right,
if my opener's 1025 or whatever, but there's only 750 or 750 pounds on the bar.
800.
Right.
You got 750 and 500.
It's probably 950, which is almost 100 pounds less than opener. So yeah, no, I'm probably not gonna get there. But my thing is, you gotta, and this is what you have to be a little bit more patient with your calls to kind of make up for that. You may not hit any deeper, right? But you got to stay down there a little bit to get used. Yeah, no. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying like for people in general, if you are gonna go the heavy AR route, right? You got to understand that a couple of those sets leading up to your top sets, you're gonna be nowhere close.
And so I got to like a 1.5, and then a 1, and then the last I got to like a 1, but I had them straps down with like 5 plates, and then I took 6 plates, and it was like a 1, and then 1 and some change was 7, and then when I went to 7, and the change on the bar, just because I had that number in mind. Was
right.
PR, but more so just it was 1,000 at the top, and I wanted.
Yeah, I mean that's got to be the goal.
So I kind of told myself like they're either going to peel me off the ground or I'm going to get the up call, and I think I could have been a little more patient at the bottom and gotten a little lower. But I mean, but like you said though, if it's 260 and chain, it's probably 130 at the bottom. That's right at 870,
and
which is right about. You know what I mean?
You have some depth issues with the lighter weight, so it's just something that is you have to work on, and you have to make sure that even on those light, and this is something that I was like making sure. What's today? Today's Monday. Yesterday, when everyone was squatting, when Rob just got into his meet prep, so we pulled his box, and his first couple sets he was nowhere there, but it was like, all right, I'm gonna hold you there so that when the weight gets heavier, you're used to that time under tension. So I think that's something that a lot of people are missing out on too.
No, if you panic at the bottom,
you're in trouble, and unfortunately, everyone else around you is in trouble too.
Yeah, we touch on that all the time. But if you're not, and that's a bad place to be, man. Like that's a bad place to be at the bottom, not feeling like you have much chance to get there. You know what I mean? If you're at the, you need to be comfortable
and that's
hanging out down there.
One of the added benefits of box squatting, because you control where you're going. Yeah.
I do. It's weird though, man, because I do think in your head, when you know the box is there, it's easier to descend a little faster, and the faster you descend, the closer you're going to get to depth. I do feel that way personally. Like
I guess what you're saying.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
But I mean, in gear, it's not like we're burying anything anyway.
Shit, no.
Exactly.
As high as possible. Or
as low as one
thing.
Of those humans on the side.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to make a joke of it.
No,
I'm not trying to make a joke of it, but
me either. So I was going to ignore it.
This person's talking about.
We did not introduce. So we'll divert course. Everyone, welcome back. The State of the Union, episode 19, sponsored by the Bergen County Barbell and BCB Training Systems and Wicked Wolf Beer Co. I did have a question. Someone actually asked me a question, even though I didn't post anything. The question was, how many weeks do I program for meet prep? And I know that I think we've talked about this a couple times, but I think it's good to touch on with Rob just starting, because he's We're actually starting 1 week later than I would have liked, but it is what it is. We're right around that 8-week mark. And that's 8 for, I mean, that's perfect in my opinion. And I'm not going to get so much into the meet prep, but more so the reason why I feel you only need 8, because if you are training to be meet ready all the time, in terms of your training, in terms of your programming, then you don't need a 16-week meet prep. Right? I never understood why you would possibly need 4 months to get ready for a meet. If you're doing what you should be doing programming wise.
Well, yeah. Like I'll qualify that a little bit. Like I think there's certain types of people. Like I know Dan runs really long meet preps, but Dan also like has to take time off because of what it does to his body. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm talking about Dan Bell. Like he runs 12 or longer.
But that's different. We're talking. No, we're also
you're not
talking.
Dan Bell. But he also talks about like it takes X amount of weeks to peak his deadlift, X amount of weeks to peak his squat, X amount of weeks to peak his bench. So his squat prep might be 12 weeks, his bench prep might be 10 weeks, and his deadlift prep might be 6 weeks. You know what I mean? And you know, for a guy like Dan who's got the mileage, you know, his off-season training is more just like movement based. You know, I mean, I know he was like squatting the YMCA.
But I'm gonna
you know
disagree,
like,
only because the way that Dan trains isn't the way we train. So so in that case you're comparing apples to oranges, because he's straight up linear, and that's why he needs 12 weeks because.
Well, that I would argue that if you train linear, you're always in meet prep because you're constantly going down in reps and up in intensity. Like you're constantly intersecting. So like, I mean, for you know, I mean, I guess you're constantly specific and you're constantly, you know, so for the sake of what we're talking about, I think this is a good question. So go because my answer is probably a little bit different than yours, but and I'll explain why I think mine is different than yours. Mainly because my brain doesn't work like yours, nor do I know anybody else's brain who works like yours. So, but go ahead.
Wait, which side of it?
I want to hear your side of it first. Your thought process.
So my reason behind 8 weeks and why is because if you are programming it the right way, meaning you are making sure that you're hitting your raw work, you're getting that base work in, you're adding in increasing AR, rotating through the cycles, and your box height isn't egregiously high, and you're making sure that your lifts look competition ready all the time, right? Then there's not.
Which my question is if you're not doing
that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel so strongly about not needing a big meet prep, because the way that I program is very, your lifts need to look good. They need to be somewhere close to competition standard, so that when the competition rolls around or meet prep rolls around, it's not like it's a totally new, unexplored movement pattern, right? It's the same thing, right? We always joke around on, Drew, 100%. If you're not injured, you should always be 4 weeks out. I change it.
Yeah, Louis always said you should always be at 90%. Like,
yes,
you should be able to walk in the gym. Like, there is not a day that goes by that I can't
100%
and squat 800 pounds.
Something's
and if
wrong.
I can't, then I am screwing something up. There's not a day that goes by that I can't walk in the gym and bench 500 in my shirt, and there's not a day that I can't walk in the gym and pull 645 or 650. And if I can't,
it's your training or your programming.
There's something wrong
so
with my training.
I feel like these.
Or you're taking way too much.
Yeah, maybe that too.
Way too much drugs.
Yeah, well, I mean,
you're relying on drugs.
That's a terrible.
Like there is not a day that I can't walk in the gym, and you know, I mean, but then again, I do conjugate a little bit different than you do, but I hit PRs all the time. I mean, I couldn't tell you the last time I missed, knock on wood, missed a PR.
But that's going with what I'm saying. Everything is your programming is laid out in a specific way that you are always at 90% or always 8 weeks out, because it's not something you haven't been doing for the last 40 weeks. You know what I mean? So I also think that these coaches that do preach the 16, 20, 24 week out meet preps, they're selling programs, but they're also not doing any.
They're charging you more,
but they're
for
also
prep, and
not doing anything in your off season if it's taking you 24 weeks to peak for a meet. Sorry, that's they're just taking your money.
No, if you're like top of the sport, and there's a specific way that you give your joints a rest and you do this, and then there's a way that you ramp up into a meet. Like I get that. Like and there's semantics involved with what meet prep is, in my opinion. But for me it's specificity. For me, it's like how much more often do I put my suit on? How much more often do I have my shirt? And do I touch? Because I have my shirt on every week, but I'm one board, half board touch more often. How much more often do I have my suit on? And how much more often is a straight bar on squat?
Right.
Like that's where the specificity happens for me.
And if you look at those 8 weeks, there's only six training days of each lift. It's actually in actuality should be 9, because it should be a deload your first 3 weeks, a deload your last 3 weeks, and then the week of. Yeah. So I think that's is that it? All right.
So what does that look like for you?
First week, as soon as meet prep starts, the box goes. I do it the inverse of how Louis writes their Circumax. I actually Circumax first. And my Circumax is really just get the central nervous system ready, or more ready, as primed as you could possibly take it. Yes, Emily. Yes. Hi, Jimmy.
Emily's all
yes,
fired up because she got the
Congratulations, Emily.
Scholarship. Yes, congratulations. Thanks, Jimmy. We both wrote letters of recommendation.
Thanks, Jim.
So you picked a good one. Thank you,
so
Jimmy.
The first 2 weeks are egregiously heavy. Bow bar or buffalo bar, whatever you want to call it, versus bands.
Yeah. So you do instead of doing Circumax 3, 2, 1 weeks out, you do it 7, 6, 5 deload.
And that's because I am a more strong proponent in feeling that the central nervous system is more important than feeling the weight. And if your central nervous system is primed, then when you start to handle lighter loads, right, because it's technically a lighter load, then
I mean, if you don't believe that, take 1,000, take 500 plus, take 550 plus 450 with 450 bands, and then pick 900 at the meet and tell me that it doesn't feel.
It is.
Yeah, the bands are a different ballgame,
and you see other people struggling with their picks at meets, and it's just like there's something that you could do for that, and it isn't taking straight weight every week, because if you're taking straight weight,
I don't have a lot of room.
But if you're only taking straight weight every week, then the most you're going to be able to ever feel is the most you can squat before the meet.
Yeah.
Maybe reverse band, but that's not straight weight.
That's whatever. Reverse band. Reverse bands.
So then first 2 weeks of the prep are egregiously heavy AR days. The third day is a balls out reverse band, usually a doubled mini. It's a deload, and then it is opener with a reverse band second. It is, and then depending on the person, that's where it kind of gets more specific. If I feel they need more sets or more just feel under straight weight. Then I'll have them take multiple attempts, like maybe 2 or 3 sets with their opener, maybe a set or 2 with reverse bands for their second. And then next week is just an opener. And then the third week is reverse band last warm-up. So, I mean, that's...
Now, what about pull? How do you handle pull when you're in that circummat? I remember you do some mat pulls against the chains, right? That's and then you got
my last warm up progression.
But we don't want to talk about that.
No, we're not talking about that.
Do we want to talk about that? That's a secret.
There's a what's the word? But they hide like the ingredients or something. Proprietary. That's proprietary, guys. You're gonna have to hop on the team.
Am I the only other person that actually knows?
Yeah,
what, like,
that's not on the
thought
team.
Process behind it? It's like
it is Circumax for but it's done Circumax the correct timing of Circumax. It's done 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
Yeah, real Circumax. So I do it in addition. Right. I do it with my actual Circumax. Like I do it.
But before the Circumax starts for the pull, there is a reverse band pull as well. And that's what gauges. That's how I gauge my lifters' deadlifts, where they're at, because at this point I know if you're pulling X amount over your meat pull.
Well, your deal is always you can pull. You can pull 100 pounds
with an average.
Less than what you pull reverse band.
That I know that for me. And obviously everyone's different, but I know for me, whenever I take that reverse band pull, I know I'm good on a third for roughly 100 pounds less, maybe 100.
Because I remember you pulled right at 1,000.
My best reverse band's 1035. And that was.
I remember that. That was when y'all. That was at Hellbent with that hanging on chain from the ceiling, right?
Yes.
That was right around that was right around the hunt my dick.
But I mean but a little excited. But right around that is probably when I was good for probably 9 1/4.
That 855 you pulled on the notorious gym deadlift was one of the most impressive lifts I've ever seen. I've seen all of your impressive lifts, and that was like that thing was ridiculous. I wish you could have like pulled a third then and seen, because you didn't pull a third of that meet, right?
No, I did. I bombed out of that WPO. I didn't pull it all.
I know. If you weren't mad, I was going to say just pull something in the back to see where you're at. I know you guys got stuff going on, but
I'll just pull more than what's back here.
What about bench? So you do reverse band and then you kind of just work the boards down, right?
I will, in that, leading up to the meet, there'll be probably 3 touches in those 8 weeks. Maybe 4. But I will not be in a shirt.
I'll touch some reverse band, and then I'll touch my opener.
Well, when I do go reverse band bench, I will take meet attempts. Yeah. So. Yeah. So one thing I do a little different is I've in the past been really excited with the reverse band and try to take these monster reverse band squats, and I think what I'm gonna do is that's what I did when I took right before. In September, when I squatted the record, when I was taking those reverse bands, that's when I went 1185 with the reverse band. I took 1040, I took 1110, I took, or maybe it was like 1120, and then I went 1120, 1180. So it was a little bit, maybe a little bit over what the meet attempts were, but they were pretty in line with what I was going to do on meet day, but you have to think about why are you reverse banding? You're reverse banding, you know what I mean? So
yeah. And there's so many, and the reverse band stuff I think can get a little
egregious.
Yeah, and unregulated, because you just like, you never really know what you're getting. Like it, like,
oh, I mean,
if it's new bands or if it's old bands or if it's,
Ken?
You just never, like, the idea is like easily, smoothly handle what you're going to handle, let your body feel it,
and then get out.
Make it look good.
When you are using it for an overload, it's not a fucking free for all. Like, oh, let's just throw double strong bands on and see how much we can squat that day.
No, because that's different. That's so much different, than actual band tension. The reverse band is, in my opinion. Like, if you want to take a major overload with bands, the bands need to be on the floor. If you're taking reverse band, then that needs to be a little bit more.
It needs to be more toned down. It needs to be toned down. Like,
yeah. That's a day. That's not like a kill yourself day. Reverse band day. That's almost like a, a smooth, like, I feel good. Yeah. Let's get to the next day. Like, because you see guys like, okay, I squat a 1050 reverse band. That's great.
Man. Right. So what your reverse banding means nothing if you have double.
The contrast
and the point you made is, Ken said, I had him take his final attempt with reverse band. There's no reason to go heavy. All you're doing is practicing what is going to happen at the meet. Right? Your body feels it.
Yeah, your body feels
it. You're priming your body. What Drew say? Drew said it's the king of the ego lift. Reverse band to a board.
Yeah.
Averages reverse band bench from the ceiling to a 2-board. You'll get an overload. It's not going to mean shit, but you'll get an overload. It's
a different kind of overload, though, because I feel like the bands, like, when you're pushing into bands, you're fighting through it. When you get the catapult effect of the straight weight, you're kind of just utilizing momentum to ride
but also, if you look at numbers wise, right? What's the most, and this should be for anyone, what's the most you've ever reverse banded, right? Versus what's the most have you ever taken verse band? And the number should be higher over here. It should be way higher over here. Versus band.
Oh, versus bands? Oh, yeah. My best reverse band squat's like 975, and it was smooth, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Right? I've had 1450 on my back. I wouldn't recommend it to most people. I'll ever get there. But the most I've ever reverse banded was 1205. That was a sweatshop.
With us? That was a sweatshop, right?
I mean, we're talking about a 250-pound difference, right? Because 1205 was not easy. But like that's the issue with it, right? People aren't using it correctly, and why is that, right? Why are they using it incorrectly? It's because it looks cool, it's an ego lift, or is it being programmed for them that way? Right? Is someone programming, hey, take a reverse band with reverse larges? That's a problem.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you're taking reverse band if you're taking a reverse band with larges, but you're never squatting versus a large band, then there's an issue. There's an issue.
Yeah, it's
no.
I don't want to load that many plates either.
No.
I don't have to. I'd rather just
that's
less plates.
That's the worst part about reverse band deadlifting. It is just stripping plates.
I just start at like 5. Okay, somebody do like 3 pulls. 5, 6, 7.
Bye.
It sucks too, because I don't have a good place to do it.
Yeah.
So I gotta pick the bar up, move it.
What?
So
yes. How do you say yours?
So the way that I set mine up, So like, there's things that I like to do leading into the meet, that I like to judge where, like, I like to take a GCB squat. I like to take an SSB squat, straight weight, and briefs to a box. And I use that to determine kind of where I'm at. I know if I can hit pretty lifts and beat my PR, I'm in a good spot. So I like that. I like a 2-inch block pull. I like a 1 mat pull. It's like a 1-inch block pull. And I like a pull against 2 minis. I've just kind of always used those going into the meet. So that's kind of one of the things that I like to. So like my meet prep always kind of looks similar. But see, only reason I know we're 12 weeks out is because somebody posted that we're 12 weeks out. I have no idea. I just like, like for me, I know the only things that I know is what I'm going to be doing the last 5 weeks. I know, or 6 weeks. I know 1 week out is the basic Circumax. Like that's just going to be, so 1 week out, 7 days out, it's just going to be like a very low impact speed squat workout. 2 weeks out, I know I'm going to take a floor press, and I know I'm going to take 75% of my best Circumax. 3 weeks out, it's the heavy Circumax. And now this is with the last warm-up progression, which you guys aren't going to get to know. And I will touch my opener 3 weeks out. Or, yeah, 3 weeks out. And then the week before, that's a deload. No, I won't touch my opener. 3 weeks out, it'll be opener touch, second to a half board or a belt.
Oh, see, I won't take. We don't take thirds in that. And
I might not. I'm gonna take something to a 1 in the next couple weeks, and if I can get around 6, then I probably won't. Because I have a pretty. Usually, what I can take to a 1 or in training,
that's about
I
right.
can bench at the
That's
meet,
about
I
right.
think.
Yeah.
So as a third, as long as it's not like my dying breath, like. Because I can jack the shirt enough to, as long as I can get a touch, I can go with it. And that, like, I had hit my best straight weight bench in that shirt was 550 to a 2, and I benched 551 at the meet. And the 551 you would have thought was a second. So I feel pretty, and I just benched 600 to a 2 last week. So I'm hoping that I can take
and then that puts
585
that puts you right around there.
Like that's
a
legitimate option. I think it's like 525, 565, 585, or 6. Just depending upon, if I get a 950 squat in or a 945 squat in and I get close to 6, then
you're hammered by that point.
2,300.
Hammer drunk.
Oh, cooked.
And then the jack comes out.
And we haven't even broke the whiskey out. Cooked.
Yeah.
Cooked. That's good though. So yeah. And then the week before the deload. So week 4 is a deload. Week 5 is going to be openers. I'm going to take opener pull, opener squat, and opener bench to a touch. And for squat, I just want to know what I can get to depth. Like that's it. I know what I can get to depth. The week before that'll be reverse band everything, and then whatever, I won't deload again. So like I won't, the only deload I will have this entire cycle from the December meet will be the week 4. It'll be the only deload I've had. So I'll be carrying some fatigue in there. I'll cut speed work at the 5th week. So
we cut that week.
Speed work the last 4 weeks.
We cut that. It's cut. We cut that.
It's already cut for the next 10 weeks. But I will keep the speed bench in, or the rep bench in, and that's mainly just trying to I will do a lot of hypertrophy work for my legs because I'm trying to leverage everything that I'm doing going into the meet. I'm trying to leverage my body weight, and that's a very good time for me to gain muscle. So I'm going to make sure that I'm gaining muscle. You know what I mean, around the meet. Like I don't want to be under recovered, but I am going to make sure that I'm leveraging, all the food that I'm eating and all the rest that I'm recovery stuff that I'm
we don't
doing.
pull accessories until 2 weeks out. It changes, but it's not pulled.
So like my accessories all the way till Circumax. So like the way that like Circumax for me, my actual Circumax day is going to be heavy squat, heavy pull, and then I'm gonna leg extensions, leg curls, reverse hypers, band abs, gone. Like,
Go
I'll
home.
be in the gym for 25 minutes. Now, my other lower accessory day, I'll do
all your accessory work,
marches,
all
belt
that other
squats,
stuff. Yes.
inverse curls, heavy reverse, like heavy back extension, stuff like that. So one, it'd be like the other day, it'll just be basically blood flow stuff. Like something I can do in 15 to 20 minutes, then I'm done.
Yeah.
For upper, it stays pretty normal. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do a high volume day and I'm gonna do a low volume day. My low volume day is gonna be a heavy day. My high volume day is gonna be on my rep day. But up until 4 weeks out, up until that deload week, man, I'm keeping it pretty.
I mean, well,
pretty normal.
But that's also because the way that you've been doing your accessory work more recently, why you're able to do that, right? Because you.
And I feel good. I don't like to get sloppy. I crave the work and I want to be in the gym. I just, I try to wave it all in. And so like the other deal, so like with regards to what I was in my suit for the first time since the meet yesterday. I'll take a week. Yeah, I'll take a brief max next week. I don't know what that's going to be. I haven't even thought about it, but something. The following week I'm gonna pull, and then I'm gonna hop back in my suit again, and I think I'm gonna go to 2 inches of chain. So I think I'm gonna squat down a 2-inch chain, and then I know I'm gonna do probably full kit versus all of the chains with a straight bar. I know I'm gonna do that. So I know I'm gonna be in my suit. Full suit at least 4 more times. So it'll be full kit versus chains, my opener to 2-inch chains, and hopefully I would like to go to parallel into chains, like see where that's at, see what I could do, like maybe squat something above my opener but below my second and third. Like I'd really like to take 900 and tap parallel chains. I think if I could do that, I'd feel really, really good about where my squat's at. Because I know if I can squat 900 in training, I know I'm good for 925-ish. I know if I can squat 925 and bench okay, I'll have a puller's chance. I think if I go 925, anything over 560, all I got to do is pull,
which
715,
and that's
for
there.
2200. And if I bench really
and
good,
you squat
then,
well, I
get a good pull, I'd be. Yeah, if I go 956,
650 is not. 2300 is
right?
not totally an unfathomable.
No, 750 and 950, 1750. Yeah, 956, 750. That's not. I pulled 725, 728. I've stood up with 920, and I've benched 550. So it's not totally out of the question. That would be totally skipping the 2200. So I'll be happy as a lark if I can get, if I can total 2200.
Yeah,
but, I'm going to set my day up to where
thirds are going to
there's
put
a legitimate
you
chance
right at or above 23.
Yeah. Like I won't pull 750 unless it is for 2300.
Right. You're not going to pull that for 2280.
No. If I get to within, if I, I'm just not.
No,
I'm not
no,
going to do
dumb.
that. That doesn't make sense to me. So I would now if I had a bad squat and a bad bench,
absolutely
750 gets me 2200, then I'm gonna pull it. But I'm not. That's not going to be my planned third attempt. That's just
and we just need to make sure you beat Steve.
If it's laying on the ground and it gets
Steve.
me to my toes,
so we got to make sure we got to play attempts with Steve.
Steve's got a sob story already, man. Steve said he broke his back. I don't want to hear it. He asked me if he wanted him to pay me for lunch or dinner already.
He's so fucking soft.
All
Steve.
This bogus stuff. I want Steve at his best, or I don't want him at all. Either the bet's on or the bet's off, Steve. There is no in between.
I told him that if he doesn't watch it, I'm just gonna squat and then take tokens and try and beat him.
Steve keeps telling me. He keeps telling me I'm like he keeps saying you're way stronger than me. I was like, no, I'm not.
I was really hoping to see a good Steve versus Andy.
Well, Steve gets more out of his gear than he gets more out of his gear than I do. Like Steve, I am way stronger than Steve.
Agreed.
Raw. Like Steve never benched 4, but he's benched 6. I've benched 5'4" easily on multiple occasions,
right?
And 550 is my best bench. Like he benched 3 years ago. So he gets
He's been in the gear
way better
way
in the gear.
longer,
He's been in the gear longer than I have. You know what I mean? But like when I watch his raw stuff and his brief stuff, I'm like, man, I'm ahead of him. But then he squatted well in the nines. You know, so
I hope
and then for whatever reason, he just always pulls really good. I don't feel like his deadlift training is crazy, and then he's like, he pulls 7 something. I'm like, Jesus Christ, good for you, Steve.
He used the protocol.
And like, I'm the opposite. My deadlift training looks immaculate, and then I don't pull shit.
It's the deadlift Circumax.
No, it's just I think mine's just positioning and grip.
Busting balls.
That's just. I do think that I think one issue that I've been having is I think my grip is
yeah,
severe.
I mean, you should be at least there should be a little bit of knurling on the inside. Yeah.
There's none. Sometimes I even get my fingers on the smooth.
Initially, a couple of years ago, thought in my brain that made sense, right? Longer arms, shorter range of motion.
Because it's shorter range of motion. But
and
then
you
hang your arms all the way up.
Your chest through. Because your shoulders are too close and you can't do that. So, no.
But I don't ever do that. I just grab it and go.
Oh, boy.
I get so fired up, I don't know what to do.
All right. Well, man, just a little bit, it would help just a hair.
I get fired up. That's what I'm after.
All right.
So,
I think we're over. Yeah, we're definitely over. Next week.
All right.
We're back.
Next week,
right? That works for you? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
same bat time, same bat place.
If we do, I'll text you. We'll figure out a midday deal.
Sponsors, thank you. The Go Hard Barbell, Burke County Barbell, BCB Training Systems, Wicked Wolf Beard Co.
Hey, we got to off the air. We do got to talk about because I'm assuming you're planning on coming down in May.
Probably gonna get an Airbnb, but yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, just let me know. I don't know. I'm gonna try and get Kendra and the girls to come over for the day that I compete.
You guys are Saturday, yeah?
Yeah,
so everyone's Sunday, everyone's Saturday, or the pro day Saturday?
No. It's Saturday, Sunday. So
all right, cool.
Equip Saturday,
that's
Raw
better
Sunday.
for us.
So, and it's my kid's birthday.
You have to
like Tuesday.
You have to duck out
last year we had
right.
We had to hustle back the last 2 years because it was Monday. It was Monday one year.
And Monday, right.
It was Sunday one year and Monday the next.
All right, so cool. So we can hang out.
It's a little earlier. So, but yeah, just let me know because I'm gonna. We could do like a Thursday deal. You know what I mean? Where if you fly in Thursday night,
that'll work.
Get to the place.
That works.
Go away on Friday and then be there Saturday, or
that's fine.
That would be easier for me than doing a Friday morning.
Works for me.
That'll be a lot.
Fine.
I'd like to get over there and chill. So, all right, tell Aaron.
Will do.
I told Aaron happy birthday.
Say hi to everyone. Love you, pal.
All right,
bye, guys.
Love you, pal. See you.